The book of Nehemiah completes the narrative of post-exilic Israel, begun in the book of Ezra. Ezra 4 had described the stopping of the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls until a further decree was issued by Artaxerxes. Ezra 7 had recorded a decree of Artaxerxes to Ezra to complete the institution of temple personnel and sacrifices, and to teach the people the law of Moses. The purpose of the book of Nehemiah was to demonstrate that Yahweh had been as loyal to the Abrahamic covenant in the restoration of Israel as he had previously been in Israel's history. Yet post-exilic Israel had been as disobedient to the Mosaic covenant as the previous generations of Israel. Thus, the full blessings promised in the Abrahamic covenant had not come in Israel's immediate past, but were still anticipated in the future. The key verse is Nehemiah 9:33, where Israel confessed, "However, you are righteous in all that has come upon us. For you, that is Yahweh, have dealt in truth, but we have acted wickedly." Chapters 1 to 6 narrate the rebuilding of the walls of Jerusalem. A decree from Artaxerxes in 444 BC, implied in Ezra 4, allowed Nehemiah to return to oversee this construction. Chapters 7 to 12 describe the completion of Artaxerxes' decree to Ezra, recorded in Ezra 7. Ezra fulfilled his obligations to teach Israel the law of Moses, which led to a national confession of sin and Israel's renewed covenant to provide for the upkeep of the temple. With the walls completed, Jerusalem could be safely inhabited by a portion of the people who had returned from exile in Babylon. This narrative concluded with the temple functioning as prescribed by David and experienced when Solomon built the first temple. However, the book does not end on this note of success. In chapter 13, Nehemiah recorded how the people broke the obligations they had made by covenant to Yahweh in chapter 10. Thus, it was clear that the return from exile was not the final restoration of Israel predicted in the prophets, but the book ends with the note of Nehemiah's confidence that God would remember him for good when that restoration was finally accomplished.